Smile, Michael. Hello, the Average Cyclist here. Tomorrow I am embarking on a 300-kilometre ride. Be the longest ride I've ever done. Starting off in Warrington and then heading down to Bath. I'm pretty much following the end-to-end Deloitte route. So I think it's in reverse though. So I think it's days 3 and 4 in reverse, which goes down into Wales, from Warrington down into Wales, and then across the bridge into Bristol, and then along into Bath. I'll just quickly show you some of the changes I've made to my bike for this ride in particular. So first of all, she's quite a few bags on here. I intend to carry all of my food, which I'll just go through in a minute, and just for convenience as well, I'll just put a couple of top tube bags in so I can very easily get to gels and bars and snacks and stuff. I'll be using both of these and the bar roll here when I do my ride to John O'Groats, which is in August. So it'll be a good just sort of test run to see how this works over a significant difference. So first of all, a couple of things I've changed. When I rebuilt the bike up recently, I flipped my stem over. So it's now, I think it's 8 degrees of rise, and I've also moved the spacer back below the stem as well, just to make it a little bit more comfortable for that kind of distance. I've put the tri-bars on. Think over that sort of distance it will certainly be worthwhile. Not only just to save a bit of energy, but also to give myself another position to rest my arms in. Probably going to be over 15 hours on the bike, but probably even more than that we've taken into account stops. I'd like to faff a bit. I need to cut that out, otherwise I'll never get there. The Apogura bar bag isn't really made for this type of bike. Obviously, it's got a very racy geometry, and I've had to sort of bodge how it fits on. It seems to be alright though. I've still hooked on using the proper fastenings under here, but due to where the cables come out of the head tube there, I can't position, and also due to the height of this, I can't position the bag where it should go. So I've attached it to a bit of paracord here, but I've had some stuff in it. It seems alright. It's going to do the trick anyway. This will be used to carry the majority of my food and some extra tools. Nice little trick in here. I bought a little right-angled USB cable so I can charge my Wahoo if it needs it. It probably will just about last the whole distance there, but I don't want to risk it. So I've just got a little USB cable. I'm going to put a battery in here, and yeah, and then it's just a right-angled cable so it fits in against the stem there. And I've also just put on some new pedals, which I'll do an unboxing and review of in due course. But this is our first proper venture out. And then I've got the GoPro mount on there, which you can use to look forward and also back up at me. So I think that's about it for changes to the bike. Nutrition wise, I'm planning to carry most of my food, and I'm going to need about somewhere between 7,000 and 9,000 calories for the whole day. So I've got a variety of things and treats. But before I go, I'll be having a banana, one of these little porridge pouches, and probably a couple of crumpets with butter. So that's sort of breakfast. Going to be leaving hopefully for 4:30 in the morning. So I'll get up at about 4 o'clock and get this in me as soon as possible. I'm also going to be taking a few extra things that I wouldn't normally take on a normal ride. Mainly tools and bits. These are actually the pads for the tri-bars to make it a little bit more comfortable. I've never used them, but I thought I'd put them on, as I might spend a couple of hours on the tri-bars tomorrow. Thought it made sense to get those out. An extra tube. I usually only carry one in my saddle bag with a punch repair kit, but I'll take an extra tube, a couple of extra canisters. This is the battery I was talking about to charge my Wahoo. So that'll come in handy. I think this is 300 milliamp hours, 3000 milliamp hours, I think. So that will charge the Wahoo 4 or 5 times. Could always use it to charge my phone. A small lock. This little thing is quite nice. It's just a extending cable lock. I show you like that. Obviously, it's not going to protect your bike permanently, but it is if you've got to nip into a cafe or a pub or something to use the loo. Then it is. It's just a bit of a deterrent for the opportunistic thief. Proper chain tool. I've had trouble in the past with the chain tools which come on the multi-tools just not being quite strong enough to poke out the link. So I'm taking that, as it's such a long way. Super patches, I always take those. This I've put sun cream in. The temperature tomorrow is going to be up to 28 degrees, I think. And being ginger, I'm going to absolutely bake. So I'll put some on in the morning. It's all day cream, but I'll be putting it on probably twice throughout the day as well. Headphones, they're not for use on the bike, they're for when I have to come back on the train on Monday. But I don't ever ride with headphones, wouldn't recommend that at all. A few cables to charge other bits, I'll need them for over the weekend as well. Of course, a front light, my rear light's on the bike. A few paracetamol and ibuprofen, just in case, and of course some toilet roll. You never know where you're going to be if you're going to get caught out over that sort of distance. So that's sort of the extras that I'm taking. When it comes to nutrition during the ride, I've got a lot of stuff here, and a couple of reasons. Looking to carry most of my food. First of all, it's going to reduce the number of times I'm going to need to stop and faff about. I'm pretty time constrained tomorrow, even leaving that early. Also, it saves a bit of money, and also give me an opportunity to sort of test out the top tube bag and the bar roll situation to make sure I'm on point. And along with that, 2 1 litre or 950 milliliter bottles. Maybe a little bit excessive, but you know, I'd rather carry the extra weight and definitely have water, especially when it's going to be as blisteringly hot as it is tomorrow. So that's the kit I'm taking, and hopefully everything will go all right. Don't get any major mechanicals. And now I need to get an early night as I've got an early start.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't.
So about 35 kilometres in now. Weather is absolutely bloody lovely. It's a tiny bit chilly, just a touch when I left. Just my fingers getting a little bit cold. I did have a gilet on, but now that sun's on my back, it's absolutely glorious. I'm surprised at how bad the handling is on this bike with the bar roll on. It's probably only a couple of kilos of stuff in there, but yeah, it's absolutely atrocious. And I can really tell I'm carrying a few extra kilos, and probably got a kilo extra of water, an extra, maybe a little bit less actually, probably extra half kilo of water, and then all that food, and I've got some clothes in the roll as well. But yeah, it's going to be a good day, I think. That is what you call a tight squeeze. So I'm about a quarter of the way in now. just coming up to 75 kilometres. The route has been absolutely fantastic. I've just lifted it from somebody else who'd done the Deloitte ride, and I think I've seen, since I joined this road about 30 kilometres ago, about Nantwich, I think I must have seen a tractor and 2 cars. Absolutely shitloads of cows, they're fucking everywhere. Weather is just starting to heat up. My Wahoo says it's 17, and it is very, very windy. I knew there was going to be a bit of a headwind. Unfortunately, the prevailing wind runs north and I'm heading south. But yeah, it's going well. Feel pretty fresh. Watts a little bit higher than I wanted. Check the old average. Average is coming out. Oh, road's a bit crappy. 123, normalised 145, which is a bit more than I wanted, but not too bad. Gonna crack on. Just over halfway now. That's 150 kilometres in, and the last couple of hours have been really tough. Wind has really picked up now. It's constant headwind the whole way. I'm not sure if I'm actually out of it yet, but just gone through the Shropshire Hills, and also it's up to 27 degrees. So all in all, certainly heated up. A friend's going to meet me just the other side of the Severn Bridge in Wales. So I've probably got another 100 kilometres or so, maybe a little bit less. Until I meet him. That is not what you need. Over 200 kilometres into a bike ride. Fucking hell. Just on my way back to Bath. I'm on the Bath Path, which runs between Bristol and Bath. It was an old railway line. It has been an incredibly tough day. I've still got about 16 kilometres left. I'm at 283 at the moment, but I'm actually feeling alright. It was a bit touch and go at a couple of points. Walked up a couple of hills on the Wales side of the Severn Bridge, and yeah, I don't think I'd eaten enough. It's really hard just to keep eating all day. You just get to the point where you just don't want anything. My friend Mike joined me, sort of gave me a bit of moral support, which is always good. So I'm gonna plough on back and get some food and beer, most importantly. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more similar content, and if you've got any questions, just leave them in the comment section below. I'll post a link to this ride in the comment section, and hopefully I've inspired you to try and do something significant. Try and add 50% to your longest ride. Thanks for listening.